guys, and welcome back to Geordie and Sam. In today's video we'll be doing round 17 footy tips. So without any further ado, let's just get started.
First, Collingwood Essendon. I think this one it's going to be a bit of a tough one to pick. Essendon obviously didn't play too good against Geelong. Collingwood coming off a loss against Gold Coast. I'm gonna tip Collingwood to win this one at the MCG. I'm gonna tip.
The first game of the round is Collingwood versus Essendon at the MCG. I'm going to tip Collingwood.
Next is North Melbourne versus Gold Coast. Gold Coast haven't won away this year, but I think that ends this week. I think they will beat North Melbourne. So I'm gonna tip Gold Coast.
The first game on Saturday is North Melbourne versus Gold Coast at Marvel Stadium. I'm going to tip Gold Coast.
Port versus Western Bulldogs. I think Western Bulldogs have been a bit inconsistent, so have Port. But I'm going to tip Port at home. I'm going to tip Port Adelaide.
The game of the round is Port Adelaide versus the Western Bulldogs at Adelaide Oval. I'm going to tip Port Adelaide because it's a home game.
Geelong versus Hawthorn. Hawthorn have been playing really well recently. Geelong obviously coming off a win. They're sitting fifth. It's a bit of a tough one to pick, actually. I'm going to probably tip Geelong.
The next game is Geelong versus Hawthorn at GMHBA Stadium. I'm going to tip Geelong because it's a home game.
Carlton versus GWS. Again, GWS been inconsistent, but I'm going to tip Carlton to win this.
The next game of the round is GWS versus Carlton. I'm not sure what this game is, but I'm going to tip Carlton.
Fremantle versus Richmond. This is a real late game. I think. It's at Optus Stadium, so I think Fremantle will win this one. I think even if it was away, I think Fremantle still
So
will
the last game on Saturday is Fremantle versus Richmond at Optus Stadium. I'm tipping Fremantle.
Next is Melbourne versus West Coast. Again, Melbourne real inconsistent, but I think Melbourne will knock off West Coast, especially at the MCG. West Coast played poorly against Hawthorn, so I think Melbourne.
The game on Sunday is Melbourne versus West Coast at the MCG. I'm tipping Melbourne.
Next, Sydney versus St Kilda. Both teams coming off of really close losses. I think Sydney obviously a better team and will bounce back stronger, so I'm going to tip Sydney to win away from home.
The last game of the round is St Kilda versus Sydney at Marvel Stadium. I'm tipping Sydney.
Next, Brisbane versus the Crows. The last time they played, they drew, but Brisbane weren't playing their best footy going around. Up at the Gabba, I'm gonna tip the Lions to win this.
The last game of the round is Brisbane versus Adelaide at the Gabba. I'm tipping Brisbane.